This is a necessary requirement for a Lamborghini SVJ. This is why the SVJ has the soul. A full straight pipe system from Valvetronic. We've got the front pipes, and then we've got the rear silencer, which is just pure titanium. Like, that has got no weight to it at all.
That is not silencing anything.
No, and I've learned, do you know why titanium exhausts are louder than steel's exhausts?
No.
Because the titanium is more rigid, so it doesn't absorb sound as much. So because it's like a harder metal, it vibrates more, which makes more noise. The only thing is they're really brittle, so yeah, you just don't want to hit them or anything. And then on top of that, the absolute bad boy gold.
You can fit the camera in there.
I know, that is, look at that. That passes the arm test, and these are going to go on the bumper over here. We're going to need a new bumper because this one's broken, but we've got gold tips which are going to shoot flames out.
That's going to look sick.
That's going to look crazy. So let's start with the front pipes. And we're going to need some lambda sensors. There's two sensors which go before the cap and two afterwards. The first sensor is to tell the ECU how well the car's burning the fuel. And the second sensor tells the ECU how well the catalytic converter's working. And then the ECU can adjust the fuel air intake to make it perfect. So we're hoping once we install these, it will take the car out of limp mode and we'll actually be able to rev it. Now there's 8 sensors altogether, and these aren't cheap from Lamborghini. £184.69 each for the front, and then for the rear ones, £82.94. But it's Bosch that make these lambda sensors, and if you cross-reference the part number, you can find the front ones for £81 and the rear ones for £86 if you don't buy them from Lamborghini. Nice way of saving a bit of money without compromising the quality, because they're exactly the same. Once the lambda sensors are in the front pipes, me and Liam can guide them back into place. On the left side, I had to dismantle a fair bit just to get it into the right position, and I can see why now the guys who put the stock exhaust on left a few bolts out, because it was quite fiddly. But eventually the front pipes were all in. Whilst we're at the back of the car, probably a good time to change some of the oil cooler brackets, because these are all bent and twisted, and there's not much we can do about that. Unfortunately, there's no cheat code or hack for finding cheaper oil cooler brackets. These are made specifically for the Aventador. In with the new from Lamborghini. And this bracket was £58. And it was hard for us to even find a second-hand one, so we had to buy new. Right, that pipe is definitely bent because it's stopping me from turning this that way. And it looks like I'm going to need a top oil cooler pipe as well. But let's get back to the exhaust. Now I'm taking off the exhaust hangers of the stock exhaust and putting them onto the Valvetronic. There's 2 hangers on the top of it and 2 hangers on the bottom. And that is almost ready to go on. Last part is the heat shielding. It's an ugly old thing, but we don't want to be setting fire to the back of the car or causing any unnecessary heat soak in the engine. On go the V-band clamps on the front pipes, ready for the new exhaust. The Valvetronic is going on, and then me and my dad are going to guide the Valvetronic into place, tighten up all the hangers and the V-band clamps, bolt the heat shield up, and that is all in. Okay, exhaust and everything's plugged in. That should stop us from being in limp mode. It should be able to allow us to rev it. What we want to do now is, because we're going to be revving it and seeing if it actually works, I want to make sure the correct oil's in it. But to check the oil on these V12s, you've got to warm up the car and then dip the oil in. But just to be safe, and because we don't know when the last service was on this car, we're just going to drain all the oil that's in it and refill it with the correct amount of oil, change the oil filter, then we're 100% sure that it's got fresh oil in it, we're not going to damage anything. So next step, let's get this oil out. Up goes the SVJ. And this isn't like your regular car for dropping the oil. First I'm removing the bung for the oil tank at the back of the car. After that, there's one sump bung, another sump bung, another sump bung, and one more sump bung. That's because this car has a baffled sump, almost like dividers in the bottom of it. This is to stop oil starvation when going around corners fast on track. If all the oil sloshes to one side, then the oil pickup pipe might struggle to pick any up, but the baffles prevent that happening. Next step, the oil filter.
Oh!
In goes the Valvoline oil into the oil filter, and then we're going to just smear a little bit of the oil around the seal just to stop it from grabbing when we're twisting it into the bottom of the engine. And in that goes, along with all of the sump bungs at the bottom. Tighten them up, and then we can bring the SVJ back down. 13 litres of Valvoline oil.
Do you want me to put it in the wrong hole?
Hannah eventually found the right hole to put the oil in, and in goes 13 litres of it. Job done. Before we start this and hear this exhaust for the first time, because it's going to bring this building down, I think, we need to clear the fault codes on the dash to make sure that all the fault codes are clear, but because I don't want any battery related fault codes, we're going to switch the battery over first as well. Then, let's get the start up. Let's get the new battery on. Out with the old battery and in with the new one. Yeah, apparently.
Exactly
they
like
need
this.
2 technicians to fit a battery. Yeah. Hannah decided that she'd like to fit the battery instead, but she was a little nervous. Bang! But eventually, the new battery was in place and we were ready to go. New battery, fitted, clear the fault codes, start the car. In fact, we might not need to clear the fault codes because we disconnected the battery. We ready to start it?
Send it.
This is going to be an orchestra. This is what SVJs are about. You ready?
What, are you ready? Are you ready?
Everyone's ready.
Even though this car's still in pieces, this is one of the moments I've been waiting for the most. The sound of the exhaust. Okay, just put the ignition on to start with. Okay. There's still a lot of faults we need to get through, but hopefully now it's out of limp mode. Come on! Yeah? Hannah, see if it'll rev a bit. Whoa! It's a bit smoky. I think he's burning off a lot of the oils on the exhaust. Do it again, do it again! It's been flames! Oh my god! Come and have a look at this!
These are needed.
Oh my god, Valvetronic exhaust, everyone. That was absolutely insane.
I think round of applause.
Oh, that was
Yeah. What do you think, Hannah?
So cool.
Yeah?
That's my favourite.
That was worth every penny. Even Kevin was jumping for joy for that. How can anybody want to buy an electric car? That was insane. Let's carry on building the SVJ because at the end of this video we hopefully are going to be able to drive it in some kind of state. That was insane. Let's go. We wanted to see how big the flames actually get once it warmed up. What's this?
That's so loud.
That's mental.
That's mental.
He's definitely going to be deaf before he gets to 60.